6:18 and time now for what's trending. Well, the ultimate Halloween story is back from the grave outside of the famous town of Sleepy Hollow, New York. A spectacular display of thousands of jack-o'-lanterns light up the night and recreate Washington Irving's legendary Headless Horseman. And this is the great jack-o'-lantern blaze of the Hudson Valley, where the story behind the legend of Sleepy Hollow was created. And more than 7,000 hand-carved jack-o'-lanterns make up these designs that surround the Van Cortlandt House, a home that dates back to the Revolutionary War. And they're all made by local artists, from the Statue of Liberty to a giant dragon, a fire truck, bridges, even a merry-go-round, all made out of pumpkins. And of course, a towering statue of the Headless Horseman himself and the famous bridge that he cannot cross. I thought this was amazing. I love seeing like lights and stuff like that, like for any holiday really, but you can clearly see that people really took their time and they did an amazing job. I mean, look at the Statue of Liberty. Like, that's amazing. That's a lot of time.
I don't know how they were able to do that. That's insane that like the pumpkins are that sturdy that you can keep them, because like once you carve that top out, I feel like they just fall apart. But I'm with you. Anything that's holiday, festive, I love carving pumpkins too. Even though it does get messy, it's always so fun just to see how they turn out.
And it's been years since I've carved a pumpkin, so if I did one today, it may not end very well unless I had like some really good coordination, because it's just been a long time. But to look at that, that kind of puts almost any kind of average pumpkin carving to shame, because it's so cool to just see. I mean, all those pumpkins out there, and the fact, like you mentioned, they go bad quickly once they're opened up too. And I wonder what the secret is to allow them to hang on for as long as they're needed until after the Halloween season.
I guess that's the magic of Halloween.
Yeah, I don't know. Some spooky vibes are there.
Spooky vibes.
Speaking of which, imagine having a pair of lawn ornaments worth $250,000. It happened to one family in England. Among the items they decided to sell when they were moving to a new home were these two statues that were in their garden. The family paid a few $100s for them 15 years ago at auction, and they were thought to be replicas of ancient Egyptian relics dating back thousands of years. But when the new auction house put them back up on the block, the eagle-eyed bidders realized that they were actually the real thing. Bidding that started at about $400 quickly went up to $265,000, and the winning bid went to an international gallery. Now that, to me, looks like it would be a real artifact. I don't know how you would confuse it, but keeping it in your garden, I feel like you're not supposed to put relics in your garden. Like, that's just gonna wear and tear with the weather and all that.
I mean, I guess, I guess so. But they probably just didn't know. But I mean, I like the look of like Egyptian art. I think it looks so cool. So, I mean, I don't know if it was something I would put in my yard, but hey. It looked nice, and then I mean, hey, they ended up winning anyway. So they found out that it was over 200 grand. I mean, they should be happy.
That is very impressive. It's worth the money there. Then of course, I wouldn't leave them outside all that long. Once you win the money, in this case, I'd be like, bring them inside and maybe just keep them safe. I just know obviously the weather stuff falls apart because weather is weather, but you can like keep it inside after that, and hopefully it can help it to last longer, because stuff doesn't last long when it goes outside.
Yeah, I guess the museum ended up purchasing them, so now they're safe inside.
So they're good now.
A climate-controlled area.
Yeah, so right?
Yeah, they should be good.
Yeah, one other thing that also kind of makes you go, wow, a Florida webcam is giving us a bird's eye view of a bald eagle nest in the making. These are always cool to talk about. These two majestic birds of a feather are parents. They've been a bonded pair for more than 10 years. Yes, 10 years. But a major storm destroyed their last nest, so the Ron Magill Conservation Endowment and Wildlife Rescue of Dade County teamed up to help them out. They built a solid platform for this year's nest, and the eagles have taken to it. Their hope is that with a more solid foundation, the nest could withstand the next storm, successfully leading the hatchlings. So as you get the little eaglets, I think? Eaglets, I think so, to hatch. And hopefully we'll definitely see that. I know you drive around the Northwoods here, we see a lot of bald eagles, and they are absolutely beautiful. And I think whenever you drive up to Minocqua along 47, I think you look to the right on top of one of the power lines, I think. There's a stand out there too. You look around, I think there's one in Rhineland or somewhere too. You can look around and you see a little stand that's designed to help bald eagles to make their nests, and you see them flying around, and it's always beautiful to look at.
I think the Northwoods is known for its eagles and all of its waterfowl, because I remember doing a story with the Minocqua Wildlife Center and the Reggie, and they say that there's plentiful amounts, which is why everyone comes up to bird watch and everything. But
Yeah.
that's so awesome for them to help them with their nest and make it a little bit easier for them to
Yeah, how
settle
about
in
that?
again.
How about the population? Because the eagle population struggled up here for a while, and obviously now it's rebounding. And obviously we can do our part to help out, and even something as simple as helping them to build their nest can go
Exactly.
a long way. So.